Here is a short demo of the online editor. Once you have logged in, there's a list of works at the top. Some of these works have Latin and English translations. A lot have merely Latin. We're going to choose one, number 700, that has Latin and English. After the work loads, you can select the language you want here at the drop down at the top of each column. Each work has Latin and an index. The index holds some of the heading information and other numbers. Usually we put the index over here in the column on the left. Latin and then English. Here on the right, there's a green button for selecting the number of columns we want to view. We can view 1, 2, or 3 columns. Here on the left, each row has a style, heading style, body styles, reference styles. The style applies to every language in the work. Here on the clear left, you can go to a certain cell by typing in its number. The numbers are here in each row. Next to the language drop-down is a code behind button. So you can see the bold, the footnotes. Here at the top, we have a series of drop-downs for jumping to certain places in the text based on the heading style and the Latin text. Over here then on the clear right, we have a tools menu where we can choose the kind of context menu we want. Then right-clicking on a word will give us the definition of that word. Or we can choose, again on the right, edit and align, which we can have a context menu for, basically for aligning texts. We can break a cell and merge from this point up. We can break and merge down. We can break a cell and insert a new cell below us, put it down. We can delete a cell, delete a number of cells, delete a number of rows, insert a number of rows. And this is basically for aligning text or for splitting text into smaller segments. If we have paragraphs that are too large, we can divide them. Then over here on the right again, tools menu, we want to go through 3 tools: the search and replace tool, replace batches, and edit notes. We'll do edit notes first. There's a series of footnotes in the English text which are all pulled out and brought over into this window on the right. We can search for various things in the footnotes. We can edit the footnotes here, and they will change in the text here. We can look not only for footnotes, but for parenthetical notes, for things in brackets, for things in braces, if any, for things in italics, for things in bold. Basically, we can search by pairs of tags and then edit whatever is inside those. The search bar shows up right here at the top of the columns. We can search for a particular kind of heading, and then over here on the right, filter and get just that heading. we can search for some Latin text. And then we can use a qualifier here in the middle to get this and that, or this or that, and then we can filter every time it says non and not. We can search for regular expressions, and then over here on the right again there's a double down arrow that'll drop down a replace box so that we can replace whatever's found with something else. Over here on the right, we can see what that would look like before we do the replace. We can selectively replace just one row or everything. And this brings us to the final feature over here in the tools, replace batches, in which we have a series of replaces that we can perform all at once. Here I'm going to run through a bunch of replaces, and it'll tell me how many it replaced, how many it found. When it's green, it didn't find anything to replace. This is just textual cleanup. And thus far is the editor we've built.